Hmm.
Hello and welcome to Notebook. Guess the chapter we are going to study today. Yes, you are right. We will talk about another chapter from our syllabus, Combustion and Flame. For your convenience, we have divided the chapter into two parts, as you can see. In this session, we will be exclusively focusing on combustion. We just use the term combustion, right? What does it mean? The process of burning a substance in the presence of air or oxygen with the liberation of heat and light is called combustion. For example, charcoal burns in air to give carbon dioxide and heat. Or maybe, in case of natural gas or methane, it burns in air to produce carbon dioxide, water vapor and heat. Did you notice that in both the cases, heat and light was given out? So, do you think that all substances are capable of burning? Let's talk about that. Substances can be classified as combustible substances and non-combustible substances. Combustible substances are those which burn in air or oxygen to produce heat and light. For example, paper, wood, cloth, petrol, etc. On the other hand, as you already may have guessed, non-combustible substances are those which do not burn in air or oxygen. For example, water, glass, sand, cement, etc. For your activity, try and make a list of 10 materials that you use in your daily life and classify them as combustible or non-combustible. Now, before a substance catches fire and starts to burn, it must be heated to a certain minimum temperature by supplying heat. This temperature at or above which a substance starts burning is known as its ignition temperature. Note that ignition temperature is also known as the kindling temperature. A thing to remember here is that every substance has its own ignition temperature. Ignition temperature of some common substances are given here in this table. Some substances have very low ignition temperature and they are known as inflammable substances. They catch fire very easily. Petrol, CNG, LPG and alcohol are a few inflammable substances. Now think about it. Can a matchstick, petrol or wood catch fire on their own? No, right? This means that for combustion to take place, certain conditions are necessary. Firstly, combustion is only possible if the substance is combustible. What else? Presence of a supporter of combustion is required. Here, in case you did not know, a substance which helps in the combustion of a substance is known as a supporter of combustion. Air or oxygen is a supporter of combustion. And lastly, attainment of ignition temperature is also very vital. Let us perform an activity to understand it better. Burn 2 candles and fix them on 2 plates. Cover one of them with a glass tumbler. Did it get extinguished if we do so? And the uncovered candle keeps on burning. This proves that air or oxygen is necessary for combustion. Thus, the conditions necessary for combustion can be summed up in form of a triangle, as you can see. You can pause the video for some time here and note it down in your notebooks. Combustion is mainly of 3 types. Let us find out what those are. First is rapid combustion. You must have seen that when a burning matchstick is brought near a gas burner and the gas knob is turned on, the gas immediately starts burning with the production of heat and light. This is a case of rapid combustion. Therefore, we can say that if a combustion reaction takes place at high speed and a huge amount of heat and light are produced during the reaction, it is known as rapid combustion. The burning of a matchstick is also a case of rapid combustion. Next is spontaneous combustion. In this case, the combustion process starts by itself with no external applied heat. For example, in case of forest fires. Here, during extreme summer heat, dry grass and twigs attain their ignition temperature and catch fire. From grass, it spreads to the entire forest, causing loss of life and natural resources. Lastly, explosion or explosive combustion, a combustion process where large amounts of gases are evolved with production of tremendous amount of heat, light and sound, is called an explosive combustion. For example, when we light a firecracker, it explodes, giving out heat, light and sound. Next, we have to learn about two important terms: complete combustion and incomplete combustion. Complete combustion takes place in the presence of sufficient air or oxygen. This results in the formation of carbon dioxide, water, heat and light. Smoke is not produced. It gives a blue flame. For example, a gas stove. Incomplete combustion takes place in the presence of insufficient air or oxygen. This results in the formation of carbon monoxide, soot, water, heat and light. Smoke is produced during combustion. It gives a yellow flame. For example, burning paper. A fire can be disastrous if not controlled in time. Therefore, every city has a fire station where all men are equipped with firefighting equipments. We have learned that the three conditions for producing fire are presence of combustible substance, presence of supporter of combustion, and attainment of ignition temperature. Therefore, a fire may be extinguished by A. removing all the combustible substances, B. cutting off the supply of air, and C. cooling the burning substance below their ignition temperature. You all must have seen this device. It is called a fire extinguisher. And you know that it is used to extinguish fire. Since it is not always possible to remove all the combustible substances from fire, fire extinguishers are based on only two principles. 1. Cooling the fire below ignition temperature, and 2. Cutting off the supply of air. You may have seen that water is most commonly used for extinguishing fire. However, it has many drawbacks and cannot be used to extinguish all kinds of fires. It cannot be used in cases of oil fires, as oil being lighter comes up on top and continues to burn. It should also not be used to put off fires in electrical wiring, as ordinary water is a good conductor of electricity and may result in electrocution of the person involved. The other types of fire extinguishers used therefore are soda acid fire extinguishers in cases not involving non-electrical fires, foam type fire extinguishers in cases of fires caused by burning oil and petrol at petrol pumps, airports and in oil tanks, and carbon tetrachloride fire extinguishers in case of fire caused by electricity. And that is all for today. We will see you again with another part of this chapter where we will talk about flame and fuels. Till then, goodbye and happy learning.